everyone, welcome to today's HIIT-30 workout. We've got a great workout today incorporating some weights. I'll be using the chair if you're not getting down the floor or if you need it for balance. I also have a mat if you're working on a hard surface. For the floor exercises, you might want to grab something like that. Go ahead and grab your water. If you remember to put on a fitness watch, you can start that. We're going to get right into our warm-up. Wide to narrow hop squat. So our feet, I'm going to start with my feet wide in a squat. And the option is to either tap side to side or hop in and out. Keeping our chest up nice and tall, getting that butt down as much as we can. Your heels can be off the floor for this exercise because we're moving. We got 10 seconds left. And rest. Clockwork lunges. So if you're using the chair for balance, you're going to rotate from one side of the chair to the other. Starting on your first leg, stepping forward lunge. Into a side lunge. Pushing back into the glute. Stepping back into a reverse lunge. Your feet are parallel like train tracks. Switching legs. This is where you would adjust if the chair's in the way. Reverse lunge, side lunge, and front lunge. Let's do that one more time with the other leg. All the way around in a clock. Side lunge. And reverse, other leg. Moving our way around the clock. Side lunge. And front. Roll out to plank with 3 push-ups. You can either do the push-ups on your chair or on the floor. Rolling it down, walking it out to a plank on your knees or toes or on your chair. 3 push-ups right here. And walk it back. We're working on a little bit of spinal mobility as we do the roll. So even if you're not on the chair, roll down towards your toes and then roll it back up to get in your plank. Back into our plank. We've got 3 more push-ups. Nice long line through the spine. And roll it back. Next move, we're going to warm up the hamstrings. Big inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. We can either reach down towards the floor or cross the arms. Bending and straightening. We're warming up the back of the legs, the hamstrings. Bend and straighten. Yes. So you should feel that hamstring warming up. Maybe a little bit of warming up in the calf muscles as well. One more. Roll it up. Get a sip of water. We're finished with our warm-up. We're going to move on to the work. You can see my workout dog, Lucy, here is hanging out with us today. If you have anything in the area like pets, it's important to always make sure they're out of the way. So let's go ahead and get a sip of water as we move into our workout. The protocol for today's work, it's pyramid pairs. So we're going to work on a pyramid up, go to the top of the pyramid for the most effort or the longest duration, then back down. Working in a pair of strength and cardio movements. So we're going to start with 15 seconds, then increase it to 30 seconds. Then our longest block at the top of the pyramid is 30 seconds, back down to 30 and 15. Again, they're cardio pairs, so we'll do each movement in the 15, 30, 60, 30, and 15 in each block. All right, go ahead and grab 2 dumbbells for our first movement. Weight is up at a goblet height. Your feet are shoulder width apart or a little bit further. Going down into that goblet squat, we're gonna bring one weight down, up, and stand. So we're alternating on that arm curl to the side. It's a hammer curl. Make sure that your leg is out of the way. If your stance is too tight, that curl is going to be difficult. On our goblet squat, curl, we are going to keep our chest up. Next move, set those aside, squat jump. Squat jump, or coming up to the heels and press up. Up and jump. Light on our toes, last one. Back to the goblet squat. We're keeping those weights close by. Next round. Squat, curl that arm down and up and stand. Chest is up nice and tall. Control the weight as you bring it down to the side and up. You got it. Chest is up tall. I'd like you to make sure you keep your heels on the ground for that squat. Your ankle mobility may dictate the depth that you can get in that squat. All right. Back to our squat jump. So push off onto the toes or jump it. Okay? We've got 30 seconds here. Push off and squeeze those calves or a small hop. Those small hops are great for building bone density. 5 seconds left. All right, we are at the 60-second mark. Goblet squat, alternate arm curl. Nice deep breath. Goblet squat, arms are up. One arm down at the bottom. Bring it back up and stand. Chest is up nice and tall, that looks good. One arm down and up. Press. Press your feet through the floor. Ground those feet. So if you're feeling this in your knees, let's shift the weight back towards the butte. Get the butt back a little bit further. You can even do this hovering over the chair so that you have a target if you feel like uneasy about getting lower. And that will give you that crutch. All right, here we go. Squat jump. Squat, press up. Or a little hop here. This is the top of our pyramid. It gets easier from here as we go down to 30 seconds and then 15. We've got 30 seconds left. You can do it. Remember your options. Press up onto the heels or a little jump. We're almost there. 10 seconds left. Stick with me. A minute never seemed so long, did it? Rest. All right, back to our goblet squat. Only 30 seconds. It's gonna feel easy after that minute. Or maybe not. Goblet squat, curl that arm. Press and stand. Chest up nice and tall. Weight is close to your body. And press. You got it. Squeeze. Nice and controlled. All right, second move. Squat jump. Set those weights aside. Pressing up into the calves or jump it out. You got it. Whew. All right, back to our goblet squats. Only 15 seconds. That's why we keep our weights close. Chest up. We're only gonna get a couple of these in. One more. Squat jump. Jump it out. Whew. And rest. Shake it out. New moves. Alternate reverse lunge with the shoulder press. We're gonna rack the weight at the top of our shoulders here. Reverse lunge. Stepping back. Lunge. Press up as you step together. Lunge. Step and press. Good job. Set the weights down. Cross-country skiers. So we're stepping back like we're using those cross-country skis, or hop it out right here. Woo. Woo. And rest. Back to those reverse lunges. Rack those weights at your shoulders. Chest up nice and tall. Alternate reverse lunge. Step back, your feet are parallel. Lunge. Step in. If you need a tap before you raise those weights, you can do that as well. Knees in alignment with toes. And press. Whew. Are you getting sweaty? Oh my goodness. Okay, back to our cross-country skiers. Set the weights out of your area, check for safety. Alternate arm and leg. Stepping back with quickness, or hop it out like you're skiing. Going through the snow. 5 seconds left. You got this. Woo. All right, we are at the top of the mountain. Alternate reverse lunges with that shoulder press for a minute. Step back, check your alignment. Knees in alignment with toes. Step and press overhead. And press. Remember, you have the option of lunging, tap to get your balance, and then do your shoulder press. It's up to you. Guess what? We're inside of 30 seconds right here. And press. You got this. This is the longest part of our segment here at the top of the pyramid. Press. One more. Cross-country skier. Set the weights where you're not going to trip on them, but keep them close by. Opposite arm and leg. Set yourself up. Side to side. You got it. Find a good rhythm. We're really going to get our heart rate up here in this minute. Working our lungs and our heart as well as our muscles. Find your rhythm in your breath as well as your movement. 20 seconds left. Come on. You got it. We are almost there. Remember, our blocks only get smaller from here. All right, back to our reverse lunge. Whew. Hopefully you're breathing a little bit heavy like me. Exercising those heart and lungs. Reverse lunge, alternating legs As we get fatigued, our knees are going to want to cave in here. Keep them in alignment with the toes. And press. If your foot's starting to turn out, let's take it a little wider. It'll give you a better base of support. Guess what? Back to our cross-country skiers. Only for 30 seconds. Tapping it out or going a little faster. That looks great. Keep it up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to those lunges. We're only going to get a few in our 15 seconds. And press. Press. Nice tall posture. Control those knees. Guess what? Last round. Cross-country skiers. Step, step, step. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Glute bridge, skull crusher. So if you're not getting down on the floor, you're gonna squat, bring the weight up, tricep extension right here. All right? Otherwise, come down to the floor, 1 or 2 weights. Kind of have to feel it out. I want you to challenge yourself. Feet are shoulder width apart. Weight up, pressing in that glute. We're gonna hold it, crush it back. Keeping the hips lifted. Going towards our forehead, making sure we're not gonna hit ourselves in the head. They don't call it the skull crusher for nothing. Guess what? We're gonna come back to that. Set that weight aside. That 15 seconds goes by super fast. Flipping over. Scorpion crunch. On your knees or toes, flex a foot. Bring it up and crunch it in. Up and crunch it in. Up and crunch it in. Remember which side you start with. I start with my left leg. I'm going to do my right in set 2. All right. Who's ready for back to our glute bridge? Standing option for the scorpion crunch. You're going to flex your foot out and then exhale, crunch in. Okay? All right. Glute bridge, skull crusher. Feet are shoulder width apart, pressing up. Weight up, you're just bending at the elbow. And press. Hips are lifted. Don't bring your weight all the way down here. You're having it straight up, your arms straight here. You can even do one arm at a time if it helps hold that arm stable. We're pivoting at the elbow to target. That looks better. Targeting that tricep. All right, back to our scorpion. So flip over onto your knees and hands. Hands are stacked under the shoulders. You're doing your other foot now. Flex the foot, press it up, and then exhale, crunch it in. Flex it up and crunch it in. If you want a little bit more challenge, you can always do this in a plank position. All right, guess what? We're back to our glute bridge. Skull crusher. Full minute right here. I am increasing my weight. You can also add to it by using 2 weights so that one arm, if it's weaker than the other, if they're working independently, one is not going to use the other as a crutch. Are you feeling that in the back of your arms, Michelle? Oh yeah, that's what I like to hear. Keeping those hips lifted. We've only got 15 seconds left. Squeezing the butt. Keeping a long line from the tailbone to the neck. One more right here. Set those weights down. All right, we are back to our scorpion. We're going to do 30 seconds seconds on each leg. Soft elbow, flex the foot, press it up, and crunch it in. So this is our minute exercise. But since this is a one-sided exercise, we're doing half and half. Make sure that foot is flexed. Can you flex it a little bit more? The more you flex that foot and you press up, you're gonna feel it more in your butt cheek and your hamstring. Let's switch legs. Flex the foot, up and in. Remember your options. On your toes is another option, or a standing option. We're almost there. Flex that foot, press it up, keep it flexed, and crunch it in, exhale. All right, back to our glute bridge skull crusher. 30 seconds, flipping over. Assess your weight. It's all downhill from here. Keeping those hips lifted, feet are shoulder width are a little bit wider apart. Bending at the elbows. Last one. Flipping it over, scorpion. We should be on our original leg here. For me, that's my left leg. Us lefties like to start left. Press it up. Exhale, crunch. And press it in. Pressing like you're pressing someone off of you here. There's your stinger, sting. Exhale. All right, back to our glute bridge, 15 seconds. Flip it over real quick. We're only gonna have a couple here that we get to do in that 15 seconds. One more. I told you that was gonna go by fast. Scorpion, crunch on your second leg. For me, that's my right side. I'm gonna flip over just so you can see it from the side a little better. Flex that foot up and crunch it in. Flex it up and crunch it in. One more. Nicely done. Get a sip of water. That block is done. We're moving into our last pyramid set here. Single leg deadlift, upright row. We're going to incorporate some balance here. I'm going to use a heavier weight for this one. If you need to use your chair for balance, you can face your chair. We're going to ground in our standing foot, tipping at the hip. Single leg deadlift. So our leg can come up off the ground. Let me show you from the side. We can kickstand the leg and just bring it up a little bit, or extend further. Again, using a chair for balance, and we're upright row. All right. So if you're only using one arm on the row, make sure you're going to switch for side two. Let's move on to our next move. Set those weights aside. Our standing leg is going to be the same for this, so we're really going to work that leg. Squat hop. So we're going to squat and then come up to your toe, or actually do a little hop here. This is ankle strengthening. Squat, hop. Use that chair for balance, or alternatively, you can kickstand that leg, pressing up onto the ball of the foot. All right, one more. All right, back to our single leg deadlift. We're gonna switch sides now. So you're on a new leg. Find that balance. If you only used one weight because you're using your chair, switch that weight. You can tap that leg down or float the leg the entire time. Lift, leading with the elbows. One more. Set the weight aside. Staying on that standing leg, using your chair as needed for balance, or kickstand the toe. Single leg squat, hop or lift up off of your heel. want you to focus on the stability of the knee. So when I'm doing this, I'm watching my knee to see if it's wavering at all, controlling and providing stability. Single leg deadlift, upright row. We're at the top, we're gonna switch halfway, starting with your original leg. All right, single leg deadlift, upright row. I'll rotate to the side again. Remember, we're just trying to balance and get that stability in that standing leg. So you decide how low you're gonna tip. The lower you tip, the more it's gonna work that hamstring. Let's switch legs. So I'm switching my standing leg. Single leg deadlift, upright row. Leading with the elbows. One more. We are going to the single leg squats. Now, our second part of the block. So, we're going to switch halfway. Squat, hop, or lift. Again, focusing on that control of your ankle and knee of that standing leg. It might want to turn in or flex out. We're trying to keep it in alignment with the toe. And hop. Or again, kickstand and then push off. Let's switch, other side. We need to give both sides some love here. Or press off. All right, back to our single leg deadlift, upright row. This one you should be on your first leg. I did my right leg as the balance and my left leg as the tipping leg first. So that's what I'm on. Upright row. You got it. Make sure you're leading with the elbow. All right, squat hops on that standing leg. It's all downhill from here. And hop. Or push off, squeeze. Slow and controlled. Woo. All right, deadlift, 15 seconds on that last leg. Tipping at the hip. Upright row. We're only going to get a couple of these in. One more. Squat hops on this side. You got this. Hop and push. Or squeeze. I'm going to try to keep my leg elevated. One more. All right, shake it out. We have an extra, a bonus today. We have a core block. We've got 3 sets of 3 movements, 45 seconds each. Starting with a glute bridge march. If you're not getting down on the floor, you're going to just do your squats right here. Otherwise, join me on the floor. Feet are shoulder width apart. Lifting up in that glute bridge. We're lifting alternate legs. Lift, lift. Your hands are beside you to support you. You're keeping your butt lifted the entire time. Trying to keep your pelvic floor and your whole trunk stable. Look as you lift your leg. Are you shifting a whole bunch? Or is your Body stable. Rest. You can bring your knees to your chest really quick. Grab a weight. Weighted pull over crunch. There's a couple options that you could be seated on the chair or in a C-sit here, leaning back. Reach the weight up. Bring it in and forward, or roll it all the way back. Reaching and up. So we're reaching in two directions. Lean back, reach, core is engaged, reach forward like you're putting something away, or roll it all the way down. Exhale, slow and controlled. Reach behind. Exhale, and reach up. You got it, come on. Oh, that's excellent. All right, set the weight aside for our next move. Heel lifts to heaven. You have an option of keeping one foot grounded, lifting alternate legs, or both legs are up off the floor and lift. Lift your butt. Lift and press. Lift and press. Seated option is leg lifts to the front. All right, guess what? We are back into our first move, round 2, glute bridge march. Feet are parallel, hands are beside you, supporting you. Come up in that glute bridge, lift one leg, other. Look at your hips, trying to keep it flat, meaning stable. And you don't have to lift your feet as much as I'm lifting mine. You could just get them a little bit off the floor, like so. Engaging that core, that trunk all the way around. You should feel this in your lower back. Those are part of your core muscles, as well as stability from the front. One more. Bring your knees to your chest, just stretch it out. Weighted overhead pull over crunch. So remember your options: seated on the chair or the floor, leaning back, reach up overhead, bring it in, and reach forward. Like you're trying to reach and put stuff away without getting up from a chair. Or lean back, overhead pull over, exhale. Slow and control, up, put it away. It's behind you, you're reaching for it. Exhale, and up. This is good for your shoulder mobility also. We're working that shoulder complex. One more just like that. Nice job. Back to our heel lifts. Remember your option: if you're in the chair, you're lifting alternate leg lifts. Otherwise, single leg, lift the leg up and lift the bottom up off the ground. Alternate, or both legs. Lift and press up. Good. Don't forget to lift that butt up. Squeeze. Squeeze it at the top. Squeeze. Press like you're pressing somebody off of you, or the ceiling's coming down on you and you're trying to keep it up. One more. Guess what? We have one more set like that. Starting with the glute bridge. So we're just gonna stay where we're at. Lift up off of that glute bridge. Right here, march those legs. Nice long line through the spine, from your tailbone all the way up to your head. Excellent. Remember, you can also just lift the legs barely, or a little bit higher, keeping it lifted. Rest. Bring those knees into the chest. Weighted overhead pull over crunch. Grab that weight. You can always increase your weight on this one if you want a little bit more challenge. Remember your options, reach up and forward, or roll it all the way down. Reach up over behind. Exhale, crunch. Over behind. And reach. Exhale, crunch. This is our last set of these. All right, last move, heel lifts to heaven. Lift and press. Seated option in the chair, you're lifting the legs. Otherwise, double leg. Exhale, reach. Exhale, engaging the core. Lift that butt cheek up off the ground, push. Push. You got it. 2 more for me. And rest. Get a sip of water. The hard work is over. We are going to cool down. Starting with our first cool down move, squat to figure 4 stretch. You can use your chair for balance as we cross the leg over the thigh. No pressure on the ankle joint, it's on the outside of the leg. Sinking down into that stretch. There's always the chair option too. Leaning over and forward, right here, or over the thigh, leaning into it. Okay. Other side. All right, squat, reach, crossing over, figure 4 stretch. The deeper we sink into that squat, the bigger stretch we're gonna feel on the outside of the leg. All right, our next cool down move is a sun salutation. When we get to the plank, if you're not getting down the floor, you can plank here on the chair, pushing into the down dog. We'll pedal the legs and then do a calf stretch here. All right, everyone join me in a big inhale up. Big inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, shoulders back. Feel that good stretch in the back of the legs. That feels amazing. Step out into your plank on your chair, on your knees or toes. Push back into that down dog. Pressing back into your buttocks, getting a good stretch in your shoulders and your legs. Let's bend those legs right and left, right and left. This next one, we're gonna hold it into that calf stretch. Now switch, hold this one in the calf stretch. Come back into your plank and then step wide to the outside of your chair or the outside of your feet for a runner's lunge. You have the option of being on your knee here for this as well. Rotate and reach. Lift that arm up. Back to plank. We're going to do that on the other side, stepping wide of the chair or outside of your feet. Sink into that stretch. Rotate and reach. Step back into your plank. Step it in. Big shoulder roll. Bicep stretch, arm across the body. Shoulder away from the ear. Take that same arm up overhead for a tricep stretch. I hope you feel amazing.
I feel very limber.
Good. Limber, energized, that's the goal. A good bit of sweat will help detoxify your body. Lubricate all of our joints. Don't forget to send me your sweaty selfie at Kella Price, at Healthy Fitness Life Coach. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at HIIT-30 Workout. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you next time.